AIS Play ความบันเทิงระดับโลกทุกที่ทุกเวลา
ส่งต่อความมั่นใจสู้ไปด้วยกันนะครับ
Both teams may shake hands your opponent.
Neither side have particularly big rosters, only one 6-foot player on either side. It's the number 0, Ma Tan Feng for Hong Kong. For Mongolia, at least they've got 3 girls around about 5'10", 5'11". The one 6-footer is an Errol Ulanku, who plays at number 15. She will be a centre up against Tan Feng. Their other centre is Altanzaya Buriat. As we get introduced to the Indonesian referee, Jaladri, and Lee Ji-yun is the first umpire. Women will have 5 minutes more just to get themselves attuned to the court and the lighting and any other idiosyncrasies that the court might have, but it's played pretty well. There have been no complaints whatsoever. For both these teams, a case of moving the ball quickly, getting yourself into free scoring positions. For Hong Kong, the key players to watch out for: Lee Tae-kwon top scored with 13 in the defeat against Japan. Wong Ka-yi, the number 34, was able to get herself 5 rebounds in a difficult match for them. Earlier on today, Japan themselves were beaten by China, and that just shows you the problems facing Hong Kong and Mongolia when they come up against the bigger teams. Starting 5 will be Wang Yanling, Chuk Ting, Wong Ki-ki, and there isn't an actual centre as such. They share those positions around. Mongolia, they've only been in the FIBA roster since the year 2000, so relatively inexperienced for them. That is the Hong Kong bench. Kun Kin Ho is the woman in charge of affairs. "13 points, 5 steals, shooting 6 for 14 did Lee Tae-kwon. She is probably the player to look out for. Jump shot from just inside the circle, key weapon. Moving the ball quickly for Hong Kong really is the key. Mongolia have got taller players, that's Bulbul Murat. And again, the diminutive Unurzaya. Names look out for the taller women, and as I say, not many of them, but Altanzaya, who wears number 5, is a centre. Bulbul, who's only 5'5", is one of the guards. The 2 other potential centres are Solongo, plays number 14, who's a strong woman, and she is indeed in the starting line as a forward. 3 guards, 2 forwards named, no actual centre. It tells you that both players are just going to be moving as much as they can around the paint, trying to create open scoring opportunities. Net and court dimensions the same height as for the men, as Bayatsug Odumbata is the coach. After the magnificent match that we had earlier on today between China and Japan, and particularly the Korea-Chinese Taipei game, for the women playing later on today, they've seen the standards that they must try and attain. suppose firstly you've got to beat the opposition that's put in front of you, put yourself in a chance of making it to the knockout rounds. Group of 5, of which 4 will progress to the quarterfinals. And if you're in the quarterfinals, you never know. If your game's on form, you might just have a chance of producing an upset. Mongolia will be in the white, and there you can see the slightly taller figures, the wide figure of Salongo. If anybody is going to park herself in front of the net and box the opponents out, it's likely to be Salongo Bayaskalan. Never made the Olympic Games, never made the Women's World Cup, never made any FIBA Asia Championships have Mongolia. So it's all one big learning curve. Most of their players play out of the capital city, Ulaanbaatar. Most of the sport in Mongolia comes out of the capital city, Ulaanbaatar.
Ladies and gentlemen and all spectators, in seconds, the tip-off of the game between Mongolia play against Hong Kong, China. And starting five from Hong Kong, China, number 2, Wong Yan Lee.
Starters being named, introducing themselves to the court officials, as is the decorum in basketball. 4 periods of 10 minutes each. Regular FIBA rules. Each player allowed 5 personal fouls before they foul out, 5 team fouls in each quarter allowed. After that, you send the opposition to the charity stripe. 2 timeouts per quarter. 2 timeouts per half. You're allowed 3 in the second. Out of bounds early on. Possession will go to Mongolia. Inward from Unuzaya. Long range 3 is very good from Salongo Bayaskalan. Lovely way to start. And now she goes under the rim. As that hits the bottom of the net. Fast break is on for Kulan. Outside once again, Bulbul. Quick movement of the ball. But that means there may well be mistakes. Umzaya. Little jump shot, can't get there. Salongo got the touch, but look at the speed of the counter from Hong Kong. And inside, the tall figure of number 12, Wong Ki. Couldn't get the jumper in. Hectic pace as Kulan shoots outside. Salongo, who's picked up the only points of the game so far, drives. Umzaya. A second 3 from Bulbul Murat. Well, they've really come out flying, have Mongolia. And they get a good block in, Salongo. Possession will go to Hong Kong, but 3 points. And there's the 3 that she did to get us underway. 6 seconds into the match. And then the outside 3 from Bulbul Murat. If these percentages keep going, it could be a spectacular high-scoring game. A long-range 3 off the rim. From Wong Ka-yi. A little bit breathless already, some of the Hong Kong players, because of the speed of the fast breaks from Urumzaya and co. Here is Unuzaya. Bulbul in support. Drives in, looking for a bit of space. Rescued from Unuzaya. Outside is Kulan. Unuzaya again. Very distant, but Bulbul did well. And the shot clock has completed its 24 seconds. The ball didn't hit the rim, so the clock carried on. I do hope the women can continue at this pace. It'll make for a very entertaining viewing if they can. Good defensive work. Hong Kong still not off the mark. Solongo does well and touches it out of play for a Hong Kong possession. Hui Lam driving his Chuk Ting, still no point. Solongo's rebound. She's had one block and one rebound already, Solongo, as well as the 3 points. A key figure. And beneath the basket, over the shoulder for Unuzaya. It's an 8-point gallop out of the blocks by Mongolia. Lam Piki off the glass for 2. But it was over 2.5 minutes before Hong Kong troubled the scorers. Solongo. And the little jump shot is good for Bayan Dashnyam. Jump shot, nicely played. Yan Ling on for 2. Great energy in this opening 3 and a bit minutes. Solongo. Still Solongo. Will get the possession. Good defensive work from Karman. And a first substitution, and I think we've got a timeout from Hong Kong as we have a look at some of the good work there from Wong Kai-yi. And the little layup from Lam Piki. Phew. Good camera work, getting right into the huddle there. It's a 10-4 deficit that Hong Kong have. Mongolia have just come out at such a breakneck speed. Carry on like this. We're looking at 60 or 70 or 80 point scoring from Mongolia if they can carry on like that. Buried 2 3-pointers. Couple of 2-pointers. They've attacked the rim. Now they've got possession. Bayagambat with the put-in. Bounce pass for 2 is neatly put away from Bulban Murat. She's on 5 of the 12 for Mongolia. Pik-yi looks for the 3, Pik-yi. Air ball, very, very distant.
Substitution.
Stepping in for the first time is 24, Yong Karman. Unuzaya sets the pace. Bulbul helps her. Solongo. Needs to be careful, yeah, there's a foul there. Just getting a little bit too close on Wong Karman. The first personal foul against Bulbul Murat. Running the play is Lam Pik-yi. It's thrown away too far ahead of Pik-yi. Solongo with time. You can't give Solongo Bayascalan that kind of time. 2 3-pointers for her. They've buried 3 3-pointers already. From way outside, that's off the rim. The rebound from Solongo promises to be a key person in this game. Urumzaya outside. Bulbul, yes for 3. frantic start, 18-4, 5 minutes still to play. Jump shot from inside from Wong Ki. She's on the score sheet for the first time. Possession thrown away. But they're shooting 70% so far, 7 of 10. Unlikely to keep up that kind of a quality, but from outside there's Bulbul with 3 of her 8 so far. And the cheerleading from the sideline. Again, the three-pointer. That's off the rim. Solongo does well. Bayan Dashnyam. Driving to the rim. Scrambling D. Picky. Oh, intercepted by Urumzaya. Again, the energy, terrific. Little jump shot, not taken. The diminutive Bulbul gets the rebound. Unuzaya's on the move once again. Solongo. Underneath is Bulbul for 2. Beautifully played. Double digits already for Bulbul Murat. Picky. Jumper off the rim. Picked up by Bayagambat. Urumzaya. Solongo. Little jump shot for 2, drops. Solongo 8 points. Bulbul Murat 10 points. That's the key offense for Mongolia. 22-6. They've raced into this early lead. Taking the game. And then that'll be a foul acknowledged by Unuzaya.
Foul committed by Mongolia.
Good shooting. Just took the step inside for the 2 on that occasion, did Solongo Bayaskalan. Picky. That's too many air balls that she's thrown already. And then sucked into the ineffective D. Solongo bounce pass. Change of lines. Unuzaya. Off the rim. Easy rebound for Kiki. Picky. Hong Kong maybe being sucked into the trap of playing at the pace that Mongolia want to. Very frantic. Outside, Chuk Ting, nowhere to go. Chuk Ting for 3. And it's come off a blue shirt. That'll be a Mongolia possession. And stepping out is Unuzaya. Batok Tok after a really, really good 7-minute shift. Also stepping out is a rather breathless Lampiki. Altanzaya from outside. Ooh, Bayagambat couldn't score. Solongo staying on the court. The dominant figure of the match so far. Outside is Tatsrai. Got to get the shot away. They failed to do so. Shot clock violation. Possession will go to Hong Kong. 22-6. They have just raced away from Hong Kong. Looking a bit shell-shocked is the coach, Kun King Ko. How do you cope with that kind of energy? Sequan, they need her on the ball a little bit more. Bulbul. Bit of a rest and she hit the floor hard, but Mongolia playing hard. Oh, nearly producing something with 2 women on the floor. Lee comes to the other way and scores a little layup for Hong Kong on the fast break. Lee Tae-kwon on the scoreboard for the first time after her 13. Outside. In and out for Tatsrai. Substitutions for both teams. There's the fast break. And this is a nice little layup from Lee Tae-kwon. her first points of the night. 22-8 the deficit, stepping in for the first time. Here's number 13, Wong Po-tie. And also stepping in is Bolotoya, who has the inbound. Bulbul blocked. Good play by Wong Ka-yi in Hong Kong. Seem to be getting to the pace of the game now, but it's taken them 8.5 minutes to do so. Possession goes the way of Mongolia. There was a real scrum as Mongolia were trying to find a little bit of space. And they've got two of their taller women on the court at the moment. Bulbul hits the floor, and there is a foul by Hong Kong. A little bit too aggressive in trying to wrest possession back. It's just the second team foul against Hong Kong.
By Hong Kong. Number 13, it is her first personal foul.
Bulbul. Too much. Ka-yi grabs the rebound. Here is Ka-yi. Nice little bit of netball play and a pull back there from Tatsrai. Her first personal. Third team foul by Mongolia.
By Mongolia, number 7.
Won't be going to the net. Nowhere near a shooting situation. Wong Se-ching with the inbound, but Mongolia want to make a change first. Bulbul checking out. Kulan steps back in. Nice move and lift over the top from Lee Tae-kwon. Kulan drives. Quick movement of the ball, but anticipation better from Hong Kong. And now they're on the fast break. Outside, Lee. In and out. Kulan, clever little tip. It's a 3-on-1 break. Kulan. Now, she hasn't got the height. Kulan Alima, 5'3". Tiny figure. And there was no way she was really hurting the net there, but that's a lovely move to the baseline. Lee Se-kwon, 4 points now for her. Again, there's going to be all kinds of contact and interference in the inbound. Yeah, offensive foul.
Foul committed by Mongolia, Goodrich. Is her first personal foul.
NRL Ulanku, the guilty party, and a nice 2. Just reached in once again. And Lee Shu-kwan is now up to 6 points and has just kind of steadied the ship for Hong Kong in the last couple of minutes. There, she's got a good hand in, gives possession away, but she's grown into this game as Lee Se-kwon. There's another little jumper from inside the circle, nicely done for 2 of her 6. Kulan. Outside for 3. It's short. Lee Se-kwon tries to lift it up with the left hand. This time fails. 6 seconds in the quarter. Outside, got to get the shot away. When they do on the inbound, it'll be with 0.9 of a second left. Possession will indeed go to Hong Kong. And Mongolia, who led 22-6 at one stage, will be happy to take a 22-12 lead into the second quarter.
End of first quarter.
22-12 it is. Mongolia leading Hong Kong. And a rather breathless first half to that quarter. That was the key to it. Top scoring, we've got Solongo Balasgayan with 8 points. And Bilbul Murat, she's helped herself to double digits already. 2 threes and 2 twos in that tally. 6 points for Lee Se-kwan. Here's some of the early work from Solongo. Unusual style, but nothing but net there. And the energetic Unuzaya beneath the basket. And this was the fast move. There was movement all over the place. Outside the freedom for Bulbul for 3 of her 10 points. But then Lee Se-kwan got into the game. She scored 13 against Japan. She's helped herself to 6 here. And I think after being caught unawares in that first 5 minutes, Hong Kong may well be able to work their way back into this game. There's Bulbul, 2 threes and 2 twos, plus 3 rebounds. 2 for 3, 67% from three-point range. She's the top scorer at the moment.
Second quarter of the game between Mongolia against Hong Kong Giants will start.
Hong Kong getting us underway in the second quarter. They're trying to move the ball quickly now. They've learned maybe from Mongolia. That's what they need to do. Lee off the rim. Is first to the rebound, and Se-ching for 3 is good.
3 points.
She's off the mark. Her first points. Solongo, we will have a game here. Solongo, the pass inside. The defensive foul will go against Wang Se-ching. But there she is with the 3. Time and space, measures the shot. Just catches the inside of the rim. Thrown away by Gambat. And they're reading the plays a lot better now, Hong Kong. Lee. That's another lovely jumper for 2. 8 points for her, Lee Se-kwan. Unuzaya, Solongo turns off the rim. The rebound from Bayagambat. Outside. Attempted 3 from Bayan Dashnian. And then she loses possession. Fast break is on. Little layup plus the foul against Solongo. And it's Ka Yi who's picked up the 2 and could go to the line here as well. And the timeout has been called. And I think it's been called by Mongolia, understandably. And there could be some harsh words here. Harsh words indeed. And a look of shock there on Bulbul Murat. She says, I've got myself 10 points. Coach, come on, give me a break. Far more team ethic for Koon Kin Ho and co. And when we come back, we'll go for the extra point for Hong Kong, who've reduced what was a 22-6 deficit to 22-19, 13 straight points, plus this to come. Wang Ka-yi couldn't make it a 14-point run. Solongo. Here is Bulbul. Urumzaya. Outside is Bayer for 2. They end the drought. Bayan Dashnyam, 4 points for her. Lovely turn jumper. Little bit unfortunate. It's through the legs of Solongo, but picked up by Dashnyam. Underneath the rim, and then the bottom of the rim from Bayagambat. But possession's picked up by Solongo. Urunzaya. Throw in. The possession will go to Bulbul. There's the fine cross-court pass and picks up time and space for Dashnyam. 2 points for her. Kulan in possession for Mongolia. Again, good D from Kayi. Credit to Hong Kong. They were blown out of the water in the first 5 minutes, but they've slowly but surely worked their way back into this game. Solongo fouled in the act of shooting. Wong Kar-man with the defensive foul.
By Hong Kong number 24. It is her first personal foul. Rewarding 2 shots for Solongo. By Escala.
Double digits for Solongo. Good shooter of the ball. 2 threes, perfect from free throw land. But that may well be Solongo who gets her second foul there. Oh no. Indeed it is. And Mongolia needs Solongo on the floor. Oh, lovely move, Kayi. Can't convert. Fast breakers on for Kulan. Bulbul breaks away. Urumzaya. Kulan. Such energy, Bulbul. The movement around the court. Bulbul took the bounce pass from Solongo, fouled in the act of shooting. First time passing, really difficult for Hong Kong to cope with.
It's her first personal foul. Rewarding Murat Bulbul 2 shots.
Lee Tae-kwan with her first personal. It sends Bulbul Murat to the line. She's got 10 points, but she's missed the first of the frees. Misses the second. And possession picked up by Si Ching. Uncontested basket. Wong Po-tie for 2. And then Bulbul over her shoulder. Nicely done. 12 for Bulbul. It's a long way to go from where she is. Lee runs into a couple of strong challengers. Mongolia shooting 50% in the first quarter, Hong Kong 38%, so the shooting stats are high. And then underneath the basket, oh, it stays out. Second chance, Solongo does well with the block, and Bulbul, lovely turn inside to Urumzaya for 2. Energy and pace, it's a 9-point lead for Mongolia. And then a block from Urumzaya to stop Wong Kar-man getting a shot away. Bulbul. Kar-man. Outside jumper. In and out, Solongo grabs the ball close to her chest. Urumzaya to get us underway again. Kulan. Solongo, quick hands, outside, Bulbul. Urumzaya, 3 drops, did you ever doubt it? 3 3 for Unazaya Batogtog. She's up to 7, and a timeout is called as we have a look at the work beneath the net from Wong Po-tae, and then quick ball movement once again, releasing Unazaya. She got a 2 there, and then she finished this little run, takes a step outside, measures the shot, hits the 3. Hong Kong just being edged out 9-11 in this second quarter, having been bombarded for 22-12 in the first. Indoor sports important in Mongolia, in Ulaanbaatar, where the winters are long and very, very cold. Sports facilities are improving in the capital city. Hong Kong in possession, where land is, by contrast, at a premium. Time and space for 2, completely unmarked. That was Wong Po-tae. 4 points for Po-tae. Kulan. Urumzaya. Solongo drives, protects the ball, dishes out to Kulan. Along the baseline, the 2 for Bayer is good. Bayer and Dashnyam up to 6. 35-23 to the women in white. And an athletic claim and a break on his arm. Unazaya, layup for 2 for Unazaya, 9 points to her tally. And Solongo with good ball handling. Look for Kulan, just a little bit too much for the 5'3" Kulan. There's the fast break, and there was Unazaya Batogtog. 7 points for Unazaya. Karman. Unazaya acknowledges the personal foul. It's her second. But both teams very, very disciplined when it comes to keeping their hands off their opponents. 3 team fouls each in this second. The worst we've had is 2 team fouls against any individual. 2 personal fouls against any individual. Chekting from way outside, off the rim. Chekting responds first. And there's an easy jumper for Wong Po-tae. She's on 6 points of Hong Kong's 25. Kulan. Outside is Solongo. Underneath is Bayer. Bayer and Dashnyam moves on to 8. Four for 4. 100% from shooting. And from downtown, a 3 from Wong Karman. Her first points of the night. A big collision in the paint. Left a little bit of space for Solongo, and outside. Oh, that's a very distant Solongo. Will have possession and turnaround jumper for 2 for Solongo by Escalam. $12 points for her, 14 for Bulbul Murat, 8 for Dashnyam. And Dashnyam picks up another rebound. Bulbul. Oh, it's just too high for Unazaya. Again, she found space, and Hong Kong are unable to cope with the pace and the fast running into the zone. Salongo, that's a more traditional bit of basketball. That's a 3 for Wong Ka-yi. As the helter-skelter scoring continues, Kulam, Unozaya, Salongo in and out. They are shooting 50%, Mongolia. It is a terrific stat. Nice work beneath the net from Wong Po-tsie, who's on to 8 points. Defense non-existent from both sides as Bulbul off the rim. Fast break is on for Hui Lam. The layup is not good. Bulbul picks up possession again. Talk about open basketball. Salongo accepts the screen. Bulbul. Salongo, Bulbul, 2. They have a real understanding, those two. Scoring 50%, phenomenal. And Hong Kong stats aren't that shabby. They're scoring just under 30%. As that's added to as well, and a timeout has been called by Mongolia. Terrific work. Little dish, and again, time and space for Lee Tae-kwan. Up at the other end, Salongo. Look at that for an understanding. Bulbul was just waiting, knew that the pass would come from Salongo. And then the last play just before the break for Wong Po-tsie. It took Wong into double digits. She's leading the Hong Kong scorers.
Timeout is up. Both teams, please.
Aggression from the coach by Odembata right the way through. Wong Se, double digits, leading the way. Inside the final minute, Mongolia leading by 8. It has been a good comeback by Hong Kong as Salongo. Great work. Bulbul. Urumzaya. Bulbul looks for 3. Never really looked on, but Salongo, the jumper for 2 with the putback. Salongo on 12 points. Bulbul doing the defending outside for 3 off the glass from Hui Lam. Good shooting from Hui Lam. Shot clock running down into the final 10 seconds of the quarter and of the half. Kulan thinks of the shot, drives forward instead. Urumzaya, jump shot for 2, which is good. Urumzaya into double digits, and the period ends in the same frantic pace that it started. And Mongolia have really been a joy to watch. Credit also to Hong Kong for their reaction. Salongo with the putback for 2 of her first 14 points. But at the other end, a superb 3 from Kwok Hui Lam. But the period ended with Kulan handing out to Kurumzaya, who cut inside a little jump shot for 2. And Unuzaya has been one of the outstanding figures alongside Bulbul Murat in a really entertaining first half, which sees Mongolia leading by 9. Mongolia 47, Hong Kong 38. Field goals, great shooting, 53%. That's world class. 33%, 5 of 15 from three-point land is not too shabby either. Hong Kong nearly matching them. Close to 40% is very, very acceptable. 32-17 though the rebounds. Mongolia dominating there. And they've also had 12 turnovers and produced 11 points from their turnovers. There's the key difference in the fast start that they made for Mongolia. So important. Bulbul Murat with 16 points, Solongo Bayaskalan with 14 leading the way. Unuzaya with 9 points has really been instrumental. The diminutive number 8, Wong Po-se, has steadied the ship a little bit with her 10 points. Rebounding, Solongo with 8, Dashyam with 6, absolutely dominating the boards. Ka Yi with 4, the number 34 for Hong Kong. Assists, Solongo, wow, she's having some game. Dished out 6 assists. Unuzaya, I expected a little bit more from Unuzaya. Just look at the game, it seems like she's handing out assists galore. Similarly, Bulbul as well. Nonetheless, they're good statistics and turnovers. Unuzaya has been able to rob Hong Kong of possession on 4 separate occasions. Best of the action. And it was a breathless start. Solongo for 3. Outside, Bulbul for 3. Unuzaya energetic over the shoulder for 2. And again, just underneath the basket, Bayan. And then Bulbul again. It's all in the early stages. The work of Mongolia. Bulbul with a second of her 3-pointers. Then Hong Kong got a certain measure of the game, and it coincided with Lee Se-kwan coming into the match. She's helped herself to 8 points, the number 21. Outside, Wang Se-ching has chipped in with 3, and there have been 5 3-pointers buried by Hong Kong. But after such a fast start for Mongolia, Hong Kong have been playing catch-up the whole way, have been caught on the fast break far too often, and Bulbul outside to Urumzaya has been a lucrative form of points. They're only small, 5 for 3 and 5 for 4. Urumzaya ending the half with a 2-pointer. And it's been great fun to watch, really, truly great fun to watch. Mongolia.
ใกล้เข้ามาทุกทีแล้วนะครับกับมหกรรมกีฬาที่ยิ่งใหญ่ที่สุดในเอเชียกับเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่ 18 ครับคนไทยทุกคนอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจไปเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยด้วยนะครับสำหรับเอเชียนเกมครั้งนี้ครับจะเกิดขึ้นที่กรุงจาการ์ตานะครับที่ปาเลมบังประเทศอินโดนีเซียครับชมการแข่งขันถ่ายทอดสดที่ช่อง Workpoint นะครับไทยเชียร์ไทย
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้ถ่ายทอดสดทางช่อง Workpoint
นักดนตรีฟ้าประธานนักร้องเสียงสวรรค์ซุปเปอร์เทนเสาร์นี้บ่าย 3:15 นาทีทางช่อง Workpoint จะเกิดอะไรขึ้นเมื่อฮีโร่ขวัญใจคนไทยมาปะทะนักร้องหนุ่มขวัญใจวัยรุ่น
โหขี้เหนียววางลงพอให้เขาช่วยกัน
ตรงนี้ดูเหมือนคู่รักเข้ามาทำ
ตั้งกระทะพร้อมกันวันเสาร์ที่ 18 สิงหาคมเที่ยงครึ่งทางช่อง Workpoint นะจ๊ะ
โดนมือขาวไอ้นี่ก็ซูมซะไม่ได้ดูอะไรเลย
เรามีมหกรรมกีฬานะครับระดับเอเชียเลยก็คือเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่ 18 นะครับที่จัดขึ้นที่ประเทศอินโดนีเซียนะครับอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจครับไทยเชียร์ไทยครับเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยของเรานะครับในทุกๆประเภทเลยและที่สำคัญนะครับคุณสามารถรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดได้ครับกฎหมายเลข 23 ช่อง Workpoint นอกจากนั้นยังไม่พอนะครับทุกๆช่องทางออนไลน์ของ Workpoint นะครับก็จะถ่ายทอดสดเช่นกันนะครับติดตาม
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้
เพิ่งมาเปิดร้านใหม่ใช่ไหมครับมารู้จักด้วยนั่นเอง
จะนัดกันไปเที่ยวกับพวกเขาเหล่านี้ใช่ไหมอ่ะ
เฮ้ยโอ้ยอะไร
พี่ผมว่าพี่ไปก่อนก็บอกแล้วไงว่าไม่ไปเที่ยวไง
ก็ใครชวนมึง
ก็บอกว่าไม่ไปไง
ระเบิดเถิดเทิงอาทิตย์นี้ห้ามพลาด
อะไรวะ
ตัวเองเขาชี้หน้า
เฮ้ยยังมาชี้อีก
ก็กูไม่ได้ชี้กูขอโทษ
ก็บอกว่าไม่ไปไง
ตลก6ฉากเสาร์นี้
คุณปลอม
โอ้โหพูดจาแบบนี้ลุกเลยดีกว่า
คุณกล้าลองตรงนี้ปะล่ะ
ลองตรงนี้เลยไหมล่ะ
เอาก็ได้
ชอบผู้หญิงแบบอินเทรนด์อะแล้วเธอเป็นคนอีกอินเทรนด์เหมือนกันไม่อินเทรนด์ธรรมดานำเทรนด์
มาแล้วค่ะ
มาแล้วอุ้ยจีมัน
มีความสามารถพิเศษไหม
ทำเสียงกบได้
ลองดูสิ
อับ
ตัวเมียที่ครับ
แอบ
เฮ้ยผมนึกภาพเลยเนี่ย
นี่จ้ะโอ้ยไม่ต้องจ่าย
อ้าวไม่เก็บตังค์เขาอะ
ลดเท่าไหร่
ลด50
1 คู่คือ
50
เมื่อกี้เราซื้อกี่คู่
2 คู่
เป็น
100%
จะไปเก็บตังค์เขาทำไมมันพอดี
อ้าวสวัสดีทุกคนท่านประธานสวัสดีครับเอาไปว่าวันนี้ถอดหัวโขนหมดทำตัวตามสบายทีนี้ใครจ่ายวันเนี้ย
เอามันจ่ายไหมเนี่ยก็มึงนั่นแหละคิดนิดนึง
นี่ยังไม่ประชุมกูปวดหัวแล้วเนี่ย
ดูก่อนใครในโลกเสาร์นี้ 11:30 น.ใกล้เข้ามาทุกทีแล้วนะครับกับมหกรรมกีฬาที่ยิ่งใหญ่ที่สุดในเอเชียกับเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่ 18 ครับคนไทยทุกคนอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจไปเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยด้วยนะครับสำหรับเอเชียนเกมครั้งนี้ครับจะเกิดขึ้นที่กรุงจาการ์ตานะครับที่ปาเลมบังประเทศอินโดนีเซียครับชมการแข่งขันถ่ายทอดสดที่ช่อง Workpoint นะครับไทยเชียร์ไทย
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้ถ่ายทอดสดทางช่อง Workpoint
นักดนตรีฟ้าประธานนักร้องเสียงสวรรค์เสาร์นี้บ่าย 3:15 น.ทางช่อง Workpoint จะเกิดอะไรขึ้นเมื่อฮีโร่ขวัญใจคนไทยมาปะทะนักร้องหนุ่มขวัญใจวัยรุ่น
โหขี้เหนียวเอาวางลงพอให้เราช่วยกัน
ตรงนี้ดูเหมือนคู่รักเข้ามาท
ตั้งกระทะพร้อมกันวันเสาร์ที่ 18 สิงหาคมเที่ยงครึ่งทางช่อง Workpoint นะจ๊ะ
โดนมือขาวไอ้นี่ก็ซูมซะไม่ได้ดูอะไรเลย
เรามีมหกรรมกีฬานะครับระดับเอเชียเลยก็คือเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่ 18 นะครับที่จัดขึ้นที่ประเทศอินโดนีเซียนะครับอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจครับไทยเชียร์ไทยครับเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยของเรานะครับในทุกๆประเภทเลยและที่สำคัญนะครับคุณสามารถรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดได้ครับกฎหมายเลข 23 ช่อง Workpoint นอกจากนั้นยังไม่พอนะครับทุกๆช่องทางออนไลน์ของ Workpoint นะครับก็จะถ่ายทอดสดเช่นกันนะครับติดตาม
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้
เพิ่งมาเปิดร้านใหม่ใช่ไหมครับมารู้จักด้วยนั่นเอง
จะนัดกันไปเที่ยวกับพวกเขาเหล่านี้ใช่ไหมอ่ะ
เฮ้ย
โอ้ยอะไร
พี่ผมว่าพี่ไปก่อนก็บอกแล้วไงว่าไม่ไปเที่ยวไง
ก็ใครชวนมึง
ก็บอกว่าไม่ไปไง
ระเบิดเถิดเทิงอาทิตย์นี้ห้ามพลาด
อะไรวะ
ตัวเองเขาชี้หน้า
เฮ้ยยังมาชี้อีก
ก็กูไม่ได้ชี้กูขอโทษ
ก็บอกว่าไม่ไปไง
ตลก6ฉากเสาร์นี้
คุณปลอม
โอ้โหพูดจาแบบนี้ลุกเลยดีกว่า
คุณกล้าลองตรงนี้ปะล่ะ
ลองตรงนี้เลยไหมล่ะ
เอาก็ได้
ชอบผู้หญิงแบบอินเทรนด์อะแล้วเธอเป็นคนอีกอินเทรนด์เหมือนกันไม่อินเทรนด์ธรรมดานำเทรนด์
มาแล้วค่ะ
มาแล้วอุ้ยจีมัน
มีความสามารถพิเศษไหม
ทำเสียงกบได้
ลองดูสิ
อับ
ตัวเมียที่ครับ
แอบ
เฮ้ยผมนึกภาพเลยเนี่ย
นี่จ้ะโอ้ยไม่ต้องจ่าย
เอ้าไม่เก็บตังค์เขาอะ
ลดเท่าไหร่
ลด50
1 คู่คือ
50
เมื่อกี้เขาซื้อกี่คู่
2 คู่
เป็น
100%
จะไปเก็บตังค์เขาทำไมมันพอดี
อ้าวสวัสดีทุกคนท่านประธานสวัสดีครับ เอาไปว่าวันนี้ถอดหัวโขนหมดทำตัวตามสบายทีนี้ใครจ่ายวันเนี้ย
เอามันจ่ายไหมเนี่ยก็มึงนั่นแหละคิดนิดนึงคิดนิดนึง
นี่ยังไม่ประชุมกูปวดหัวแล้วเนี่ย
ดูก่อนใครในโลกเสาร์นี้ 11 โมงครึ่งใกล้เข้ามาทุกทีแล้วนะครับกับมหกรรมกีฬาที่ยิ่งใหญ่ที่สุดในเอเชียกับเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่ 18 ครับคนไทยทุกคนอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจไปเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยด้วยนะครับสำหรับเอเชียนเกมครั้งนี้ครับจะเกิดขึ้นที่กรุงจาการ์ตานะครับที่ปาเลมบังประเทศอินโดนีเซียครับชมการแข่งขันถ่ายทอดสดที่ช่อง Workpoint นะครับไทยเชียร์ไทย
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้ถ่ายทอดสดทางช่อง Workpoint
นักดนตรีฟ้าประธาน นักร้องเสียงสวรรค์ซุปเปอร์เทนเสาร์นี้บ่าย 3:15 นาทีทางช่อง Workpoint จะเกิดอะไรขึ้น เมื่อฮีโร่ขวัญใจคนไทย มาปะทะนักร้องหนุ่มขวัญใจวัยรุ่น
โหขี้เหนียวเอาวางลงพอให้เขาช่วยกัน
ตรงนี้ดูเหมือนคู่รักเข้ามาท
ตั้งกระทะพร้อมกันวันเสาร์ที่ 18 สิงหาคม เที่ยงครึ่งทางช่อง Workpoint นะจ๊ะ
ำโดนมือขาวไอ้นี่ก็ซูมซะไม่ได้ดูอะไรเลยอีส
เรามีมหกรรมกีฬานะครับระดับเอเชียเลยก็คือเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่ 18 นะครับที่จัดขึ้นที่ประเทศอินโดนีเซียนะครับอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจครับไทยเชียร์ไทยครับเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยของเรานะครับในทุกๆประเภทเลยและที่สำคัญนะครับคุณสามารถรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดได้ครับกฎหมายเลข 23 ช่อง Workpoint นอกจากนั้นยังไม่พอนะครับทุกๆช่องทางออนไลน์ของ Workpoint นะครับก็จะถ่ายทอดสดเช่นกันนะครับติดตาม
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้
เพิ่งมาเปิดร้านใหม่ใช่ไหมครับมารู้จักด้วยนั่นเอง
จะนัดกันไปเที่ยวกับพวกเขาเหล่านี้ใช่ไหมอะ
เฮ้ย
โอ้ยอะไร
พี่ผมว่าเถอะพี่ไปก่อน ก็บอกแล้วไงว่าไม่ไปเที่ยวไง
ก็ใครชวนมึง
ก็บอกว่าไม่ไปไง
ระเบิดเถิดเทิงอาทิตย์นี้ห้ามพลาด
อะไรวะ
ตัวเองเขาชี้หน้า
เฮ้ยยังไม่ชี้อีก
ก็กูไม่ได้ชี้กูขอโทษ
ก็บอกว่าไม่ไปไง
ตลก6 ฉากเสาร์นี้
คุณปลอม โอ้โหพูดจาแบบนี้ลุกเลยดีกว่า คุณกล้าลองตรงนี้ปะล่ะ ลองตรงนี้เลยไหมล่ะเอาก็ได้
ชอบผู้หญิงแบบอินเทรนด์อะแล้วเธอเป็นคนอีกอินเทรนด์เหมือนกัน ไม่อินเทรนด์ธรรมดานำเทรนด์
มาแล้วค่ะ
อะไรมาแล้วอุ้ยจีมัน
มีความสามารถพิเศษไหม
ทำเสียงกบได้
ลองดูสิตัวเมียที่ครับแอบเฮ้ยผมนึกภาพเลยเนี่ย
นี่จ้ะโอ้ยไม่ต้องจ่าย
เอ้าไม่เก็บตังค์เขาอะ
ลดเท่าไหร่
ลด50
1 คู่คือ
50
เมื่อกี้เขาซื้อกี่คู่
2 คู่
เป็น
100%
จะไปเก็บตังค์เขาทำไมมันพอดี
อ้าวสวัสดีทุกคนท่านประธานสวัสดีครับ เอาไปว่าวันนี้ถอดหัวโขนหมดทำตัวตามสบายทีนี้ใครจ่ายวันเนี้ย
เอามันจ่ายไหมเนี่ยก็มึงนั่นแหละคิดนิดนึงคิดนิดนึง
นี่ยังไม่ประชุมกูปวดหัวแล้วเนี่ย
ดูก่อนใครในโลกเสาร์นี้ 11 โมงครึ่งใกล้เข้ามาทุกทีแล้วนะครับกับมหกรรมกีฬาที่ยิ่งใหญ่ที่สุดในเอเชียกับเอเชียนเกมครั้งที่ 18 ครับคนไทยทุกคนอย่าลืมส่งกำลังใจไปเชียร์ทัพนักกีฬาไทยด้วยนะครับสำหรับเอเชียนเกมครั้งนี้ครับจะเกิดขึ้นที่กรุงจาการ์ตานะครับที่ปาเลมบังประเทศอินโดนีเซียครับชมการแข่งขันถ่ายทอดสดที่ช่อง Workpoint นะครับไทยเชียร์ไทย
เอเชียนเกม 2018 เริ่ม 14 สิงหาคมนี้ถ่ายทอดสดทางช่อง Workpoint
นักดนตรีฟ้าประธาน นักร้องเสียงสวรรค์
efforts, 5 of 15 from 3-point efforts and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. And even Hong Kong got 37% overall. it can tell you what a free-scoring game this is. 47-38 between two teams who aren't expected to be in the medals. It's really good fun and entertainment. So both teams are moving the ball really quickly. Mongolia in the white get us underway in this third quarter. An early example of the kind of action we can get. A fast break is on for Hong Kong. It's missed, but the rebound is put back in. And early points there for Wong Kiki. She moves on to 4. As Koram starts the move. Solongo, outstanding, finds Bayer. Urumzaya doesn't have the range just yet, and that's a rebound taken by Wong Po-tsie. Mongolia came out like a train. Real pace in the first quarter. Well, in the third quarter, it's Hong Kong who are doing it. Wong Po-tsie moves up to 12 points, leading the way for Hong Kong. 4 unanswered points to reduce the gap to 5 early in the third. And another interception thrown away by Bulban. She's done really well. That's a fabulous response from Bulbul Murat. Acknowledges her error, but look how hard she works. Eye on the ball, gets the little tap before the layup can be taken by Taekwon. Earlier on, that's Po-tsie getting forward. 6 unanswered points. Po-tsie once again. And another intercept. This is Lee inside. 8 unanswered points at the start. That's Wee Lam to take her tally up to 5. And the gap is now just 1. It was 22-6 at one stage, 16 points. Well, a good 3-point response for Urumzaya. Oh, this is how it was in the first 2 quarters. Great fun to watch. Not too sure the defensive coaches will be too thrilled. Off the rim. Bulbul takes it, long pass. Possession will go the way of. Still to be decided. The 2 umpires disagreeing. Oh, it's gone the way of Hong Kong. So the crew chief is in to decide. And the reverse decision is reversed again. Solongo. Oh, barges forward, throws the ball away. No offensive or defensive foul, but a solid fall on the floor for Solongo Bayaskalan. There she is driving forward. The feet are planted by Wong Kiki. By Odin Batar, not looking too thrilled with the start his women have made in the start of this second stanza. Foul will go against Baya Dashnyam, her first.
Foul committed by Mongolia, number 11. It is her first personal foul.
Kiki. Solongo does well. She's 5'11", Solongo. Not too many of the women on court are taller than that, and there's a defensive foul.
Foul committed by Hong Kong.
Kwok Huilan. 1 team foul each in the early stages of this third quarter. Solongo was on the move. Huilan's feet weren't planted. Urumzaya. Solongo. Kulan, Solongo. Quick transition of the ball. Bulbul outside. Urumzaya must get the shot away. Does, off the glass for 2. 14 points. Level with Solongo, top scoring. Bulbul, well, the 2 points I think will... Decision time. The officials conferring whether the 2 will count. Is she in the act of shooting? Yes, she is the decision, I feel. So she will go to the line for the
2-point
extra. Lee Se-kwan.
For Lee Se-kwan.
She's on 10 points with this extra point to come. Earlier on today, we had a really tight match between Chinese Taipei and Unified Korea. Went to overtime. Chinese Taipei taking that. This looks like it might be equally close. Oh, big 3 from Bulbul Murat. 19 points for Bulbul. 3 from three-point land. Hui Lam. The block, well done by Salongo, reached in, didn't touch her opponent, got nothing but ball. As we look at the outside to Bulbul, steps inside, measures the shot, flicks it forward, lovely play. And up at the other end, Salongo. And they're the 2 outstanding players on court for Mongolia. Lovely little 2 from Wong Ki, who's helped herself to 6. Bulbul. Salongo, Kulan, Urumzaya, Kulan. The movement is mesmerizing. Bulbul, 2 seconds, get the shot away, must shoot. Too late, Kulan. Good defending from Hong Kong despite the quick ball transition. Hong Kong succeeded in stopping any kind of shot coming in. As we have a look here at the lovely little jumper from inside by Wong Ki for 2 of her 6 points. 55-51, Mongolia in white lead. Good move from Karman, and beneath the bucket, not good enough. Possession. Hui Lam. Basket will not count, but there will be a foul.
Foul committed by Mongolia, number 8. It is the
A third foul against Unozaya. Good hand from Kulan. Salongo running the play. Uluzaya. Kulan. Salongo. First to react was Bayadashnian. Salongo again. 3-pointer, in and out. Salongo, so determined, rips the ball away. Uluskaya, clock starts again. The 3-point effort. 3 in a row have missed, and still Mongolia have got possession. Frantic stuff. Unozaya, outside, Salongo. Moving the ball, Salongo for 3, at last. No, it doesn't drop, and Hong Kong get possession. Ha! This is great fun. Not sure the coach's heart will take it. 3-point this side, in and out from Hui Lam. Fast break, 2-on-2. Urumzaya. Dashnyam wants the foul, thought the arm was touched as she went for the little jump shot. Nothing, say the officials. They played their part in a free-flowing game. Karman for 3. We've got a 1-point ball game. A second triple for Wong Kar-man. Outside for 3 is Bulbul Murat. She moves on to 22. 12 of those points have come from 3-point range. Terrific scoring. Hong Kong shooting 40%. 50% for Mongolia. Another successful 2. That's put in by Potier. Potier, 14 points for her. All little jump shots from in the paint. Kulan. Urumzaya. Outside, Bulbul. And Solongo, her own puck back twice, can't get there. Fast break, 2-on-2 break. No foul, the layup is missed and picked up by Bayan Dashnyam. Urumzaya outside to Kulan. Urumzaya. Dashnyam blocked. Successful block by Kiki. Even when the points aren't being scored, the energy around the court really is infectious. Quilam blocked off by Solongo. Possession will go the way of Hong Kong. And they'll bring in two substitutes. Kulan will step out. And we're going to see stepping in by Gambat for Mongolia. Time and space to measure the two. Wong Potier can't leave her open. 16 points for Potier. And we are all square at 58 each. First time since tip-off. Kulan misses. Reaching over now. Where's the foul? Offensive or defensive? Defensive is the answer. Solongo will go to the line.
A foul committed by Hong Kong. Number 13, it is her second personal foul.
Solongo Biascalan helped herself to 14 points. She misses the first. And the second. Still level. I say still level. 16 points was the Mongolia lead at one stage. Hong Kong deserved nothing but credit for the way they pulled this one back. The jumper off the rim, picked up by Bayagambat. Chief drives forward. Nobody in the paint. There is now. Bulbul outside to Solongo. Drives the lane. Can't lay up. Bulbul for three. Yes, for three. 25 for Bulbul Murat. I'd take pictures of this if I wasn't commentating. Great stuff and an individual performance to remember for Bulbul. Kiki, pressured and hassled back into her own half. Possession turned over. Mongolia have the turnover. $18 turnovers they've managed to force Mongolia. Solongo drives. Baya. Solongo. That possession goes the way of Hong Kong. 1 minute remaining in a rapid-fire third quarter. No timeouts taken, precious few fouls. Both teams playing at 100 kilometers an hour. More, it seems. Bulbul drives, Solongo available to the rim. Caught. That's a big, strong challenge from Wong Kar-man. That will be a foul against Kar-man. And Solongo, I think, will be winded at worst. But tears, oh, there's...
Foul committed by Hong Kong, number 24. It is her second personal foul.
There's a big collision here. knee on knee, and you hope it's just a shock and the collision. Well, hopefully that looks a lot worse than it actually is. The shock of the collision, knee on knee, can be extraordinarily painful. And we'll see if Salongo Bayasgalan can walk that off. Heavily bandaged, and that protection on the knee might help it. If it's a twist, that's a bad sign. The tears were real. It could well be bruising and hopefully nothing more. I'm not diminishing the pain, certainly the instant impact. The ice will help. I'll make sure there's an ice pack on it tonight. Here it is once again, she's driving in. Yeah, it's the knee onto the top, and then the ankle gives way as well, which is the worrying sign. But I think the main problem is the knee. And tears, genuine tears of pain. We'll see if she's able to come back on. Her replacement, Altanzaya Buriad, scores the first. Can't get the second. Look at the pressure on the ball. Scrambling hard, and that's going to be a jump ball. Brilliant play. Possession, goes to Hong Kong. But terrific from Mongolia. Their desire to win possession back. Like terriers. Aggressive in the best way imaginable in basketball. Oh, the layup doesn't drop for Potier. That's rare for her to miss. She's been clinical. Bulbul, 30 seconds. Bulbul Murat once again outside. Bulbul steps inside for two. 27 points, Bulbul Murat. Leading all scorers. Wonderful effort from her. Got to get the shot away. Lee drives to the net. The layup for two. Urumzaya got to get the shot away now. Runs out of time.
End of third quarter. And the score for round.
Fabulous. Really big entertainment. There's Bulbul Murat leading all scorers with 27. 12 of her points have come from three-point range. I under-exaggerate. 15 from three-point range of the 27. But going the other way, excellent play from Lee Tae-kwon, who she's now in double digits. Her 13 points match her tally that she scored against Japan. And we'll just focus now on Mongolia. And maybe we can get a little look at the knee of Salongo Bayasgalan as well. Some really good highlights. And they came out with an 8-0 run to start the third quarter, did Hong Kong. And at one stage, they got back to parity. Remember, they were 16 points down. They trailed by 4 at the end of the third. But then the three-point shot started raining in from Bulbul Murat. 1, 2, 3 for her. Outside again. Bulbul this time steps in, takes her time, measures the three. That time she steps in for a 2. 27 points for Bulbul Murat. It really has been great fun, but look how Hong Kong have improved their scoring. 12, 26, 22. 22, 25, 17 from Mongolia. This has been building up absolutely beautifully. 22-6 at one stage was the lead for Mongolia in the first quarter. Now, what is the injury to Solongo Bayaskalam? She's getting patched up. 14 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks. She's had a big game. She's an important player, and it looks like she's all mended and will be coming back after receiving that knock just before the end of the third quarter. Great to see. There were genuine tears. I did think it was just a clash of knee on knee. And I'm delighted to say she's back in the game because we want to see her in the game. Moving quite freely, I'm also glad to say. Bulgan out to Solongo. Loses the ball though. And on the charge and receiving the foul against Kulan. Here's Limpiki. Kulan Alimar's first foul.
A foul committed by Mongolia, number 6. It is her first personal foul.
Hong Kong shooting 41%, 46% shooting for Mongolia. The three-point ball game. Kulan. Solongo dictating play. Urumzaya throws the ball away. Solongo wins it, goes for the jumper, is very wayward. Maybe a little bit wary of her left knee injury. Time for Wong for three. Wong Kar-man, 9 points. All of them have come from three-point distance, and a timeout has been called by Mongolia. We are level again at 64. Wong had time, measures it beautifully. Bingo. Fast ball movement's been a feature of Mongolia's play. All right, let's... Tell you what, we've got a brave sound man and cameraman getting in the midst of that. He can be a dynamic character. Kambaya Odenbata. Danger money for our camera crew. But immense fun for everybody who's watching. I do hope you're enjoying this a quarter as much as I am. 64 apiece. Free scoring from two teams who have decided that attack is the best form of defence. Bulbul. There's an offensive foul. Possession turned over. That's him in a good mood.
Mongolia number 14. With this third personal foul.
Just confirming the offensive foul was against Solongo Bayaskalan. And a third team foul against Mongolia. Both teams have been super disciplined. Chukting. Under the rim. Oh, it doesn't drop. And Baya is able to come out. Hong Kong still can't get the lead. Solongo lets it run. Unuzaya. Solongo. Out wide is Baya. Beneath the basket, can't convert. Rebound taken by Lee Siu Kwan. Lee thought of the three. Looking for movement in the paint. It's outside instead. Little jumper, doesn't drop, and suddenly they shots aren't dropping. Unuzaya, one end to the other. Kulan, Solongo thinks of the three. Unazaya. Oh yes, oh yes. Unazaya, 17 points for Unazaya Batagtok. Mongolia retain that lead they've had since the early stages. And they've got the ball back again. Solongo. The Asian Games is about medals, it's about winning. It's also about playing the very best you possibly can. And that's what both of these teams are doing. Hong Kong and Mongolia going point for point, toe for toe, three-pointer for three-pointer. There's the three that give Mongolia the lead, and there's nothing like a three-pointer to bring a smile to the face. Timeout has been called by Hong Kong. Some of the highlights of a fast-paced game. Again, Hong Kong started this fourth quarter well, had chances. Their top scorers are Wong with 16 points and Lee with 13 points, but there's been significant contributions from the three-point player of Wong Kar-man, who's helped the 9, but there's Wong Po-Chieh, 16 points, 3 steals, shooting 57%. They're great stats. They're terrific stats. A little rest before, no doubt, she'll come in for the final stanza when Hong Kong will hope to be able to pick up their first win of the tournament. Unazaya and Solongo. Bulbul drives, will draw the foul, will go to the line for 2. High fives all round for Bulbul Murat.
Foul committed by Hong Kong, number 21. Second personal foul.
Give a three-point line and she's the queen of that range. Put her on the free throw line. And she's 1 for 2. Remarkably, in a tally of 28 points, her first free throw. Mongolia lead by 4, 7 minutes to play. Wong Kiki. Strong work from Unazaya. And now then.
Mongolia, number 8. It is her 4th personal foul.
Unazaya, 4 personal fouls. Needs to be careful. Mongolia cannot afford to lose one of their talismen, or taliswomen. Unazaya. Solongo. Happily, seemingly fully recovered from that injury. Unazaya for 3. Oh yes. Oh yes. 20 points for Unazaya. The lead back up to 7. The jumper stays out. Won back well by Wong Kar-man, and then won back really well. First time, Solongo. Very short bench Mongolia have got, just 7 players used. But when you've got shooting like that, you don't need many more players than Bulbul Murat. 31 points for Bulbul. The gap is up to 10. 10 unanswered points. Murat, 6 of 10 from three-point range. Phenomenal. 3 points got a drop. It doesn't. The rebound is battered out to Unazaya. Unazaya goes for the 2 and can't convert. 5:30 on the clock. Still time for Hong Kong. They just need to get a run of points. Instead, they throw possession away. Possession for Mongolia. Couple of changes for Hong Kong as we see terrific work from Urazaya Batogtok. 20 points for her, 31 for Bulbul Morat, 14 for Bias Galan, 8 from Diashnam. Solongo, as I say, it's a short bench. Not many minutes for the reserves, but Kulan, who's yet to get on. Urazaya! You expect it to drop, it doesn't, as the shot clock goes. 74-64. We are into the final stages of the match. 5 minutes remaining in the final quarter. Picky, the jumper from inside is good for Lee Se-kwan. Lee Se-kwan, 15 points now, second best tally for Hong Kong, and that will be a foul against Wong Po-tie, her third personal Wong.
A foul committed by Hong Kong, number 13, and it is her third.
Kiki, and a nice assist. Time and space for Se-kwan. And too many arms on Urazaya. Urazaya again. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. 3 threes in a row from Urazaya Batatog. Shooting stats are phenomenal. Hong Kong get 2 back. Lee with 2. 45% shooting, 41% from three-point land. Kulan, little jumper, is short. And then that will be possession to the white shirts of Mongolia. Substitution stepping in. There's a huge 3, long way out from Urazaya Batogtok. And she waited and she teased and she played and she delivered. Here she is again, Urazaya. Out to Bulbul. You expect them to drop, such as being the accuracy. It didn't. Wong Kar-man. They need points and they need some quickly. They'll get possession. It's off a Mongolia hand. But it's a 9-point lead with 3:14 to go. Hong Kong certainly got the firepower to get this. Po-tie outside for 3. There's 3 of them. Lovely shot for Lam Pik-yi. The gap is 6. That's manageable. Plenty of time for Hong Kong. Kulan. As for once, Mongolia slow down. Solongo wins it back, gives it away. Pik-yi outside. Lee for 2 off the rim. Kulan comes the other way. The clock is on Mongolia's side. 2:30 remaining. Slows it down. Bulbul, Solongo. Bulbul, beautiful play. Beautiful one-touch basketball. Adrenaline will be working for Mongolia now. There's a foul there against Bayan Diashnam in the act of shooting. She'll go to the line. Will Wong Kiki. As we have a look at Pik-yi's 3. Keep talking about Mongolia's great stats shooting, but Hong Kong are shooting 41%. They needed that one to drop for Wong Kiki. It didn't. She's got this one. 7 points for Wong Kiki. 5 points the lead for Mongolia. 2 minutes plus remaining. Bulbul. Rare bit of floor time. Outside, Bulbul. Yes, for 3. 34 points for Bulbul. Oh, she didn't trust herself, Kiki. Wong Kiki, shorter jumper for 2. Wong Kiki's got 9 points. 6 points to deficit with 1 minute 30 on the clock. We had an overtime in the match between Korea and Chinese Taipei. For once, Mongolia taking their time, using up the time on the shot clock, but they need to get a shot away now, which they do. Off the rim, possession comes the way of Hong Kong. 1:12 on the clock. Outside, big shot for Lee for 3. 3-point ball game. Lee on 23. Kulan, Bulban for 3. Oh my word! The queen of the courts. No wonder the arms are raised and the high fives are flying. What a response, what a response. What a game, 37 points. 8 threes, and it's in response to a really cool 3 from Lee Tae-kwan. Lee on 23 points, but Bulbul Murat's 37, an outstanding lead. Murat, 37 points. Unuzaya, 23. Solongo, 14. They're great stats. Lee Tae-kwan, 23, and Wong Po-tae. No need to be ashamed with 23 and 16, and even Wong Kiki, 3. There are good stats being posted all round offensively. But Bulbul Murat, 37. Right, final 60 seconds, we're into them. They need this to drop. Hong Kong. It's wide and possession. Mongolia. Kulan. Can she keep it alive? Yes is the answer. Solongo. They're going to have to foul. Can't get close enough to foul. Solongo. Clock ticking down. Final 30. There is the foul. It'll only be a sideline ball because they've only had 2 team fouls against them. Wong Ki's first personal. Timeout has been called by Mongolia. And they've got one more timeout to come, as do Hong Kong. Asian Games sport at its very, very best. 2 teams giving their utmost, not expected to be medal contenders. There's the foul on Wong Kiki. It'll only be a sideline possession, but We've got a 6-point deficit and 27 seconds to play. Mongolia with the ball, but there's one timeout remaining for Hong Kong. Oh, they've got the ball. They're on the fast break, and Lee now full court press must be on. Mongolia play the ball out quickly. Kulam. Hold on to the ball. She does. Uruzaya. Bulbul. Sensible play, Mongolia. Solongo. Bulbul. 4 seconds on the shot clock, and Mongolia have done enough to get this victory. It has been astonishingly good entertainment. As a neutral, that has been fantastic. As an Asian Games spectacle, that is as good as it gets. Mongolia players, fans and officials high-fiving all over this arena. Thank you, women. That has been really, really, really entertaining basketball. It's finished. Mongolia 83, Hong Kong 79.
Congratulations to Mongolia for winning the game.
Mongolia, their first match, they came out absolutely firing on all cylinders. It's a very short bench that they have. They only had 5 actual scorers.
Basketball, Gelora Bung Karno, Jakarta.
Hong Kong show their respect to the match officials who played their part. Whistle kept in the mouth. Period scores 22-12, 25-26, 17-22, 19 all. It was that close. Twice Hong Kong got level, but Mongolia on each occasion were able to go on a 8 or a 10-point spurt just to keep their nose in front at the end. Bulbul Murat, the number 4, the player of the game with 37 points. There she is, takes all the plaudits. Her shooting was simply astonishing.
Thank you, and see you in...
Her personal shooting, 86% success rate in her shooting. She was 6 for 7 2-point land. Sorry, 14 of 20 2-point land, 6 for 7. And 8 for 13 from 3-point land. Sorry, I was just getting my statistics worked out. Mongolia shooting 44%, great stats. 41% from field goal range. Hong Kong equally good. Suggests maybe the defense isn't as good as it might be. Assists 25-23, but 23 turnovers by Mongolia on Hong Kong, resulting in 22 points in a tight ball game. That was the real difference. Leading scorers, Bulbul Murat, 37 points for her. Unazaya Batogtok with 23. Solongo with 14. Lee Tae-kwam, 25. That's very good for a losing team. Wong Po-tae, who also contributed rebounds as well. As we look at the rebounds, Solongo with 13 for a double-double. How important she was. So glad she came back after that knock in the 3rd quarter to play the full 4th quarter. Wong Po-tae, 7 rebounds to add to her 25 points. Assists, well, handing them out like confetti. Unazaya with 7, Solongo with 6, Kulam with 6. Lee Tae-kwam, outstanding performance from her. Karman with 3 and Ka Yi with 3 as well. Here's how the group looks. China top of the pile. They're 2 wins out of 2. They beat Japan earlier on today. Mongolia straight up into 3rd place, having beaten Hong Kong, who are now 0 for 2. Thailand, they are 1 loss from their games so far. Best of the highlights from a frantic match. It was Mongolia who really came out flying. Solongo showed us what we were going to get, and Urumzaya with 8 points. The number 8 was fabulous. Fouls were kept to an absolute minimum. It was all about flowing basketball. Keep the ball moving, get the bodies on the run, get the shots into the net, get the shot percentage high. That's what we were getting from both sides, but particularly from Mongolia, who led 47-38 at the half. Just look at the alertness and the running off the ball. And again, anything over 40% as both teams shot in terms of accuracy. is really good, particularly in the women's game where the women are smaller. The net is that much more difficult to get the ball into. Second half. Hong Kong came out flying and ate an O-spur, but look at the response. Again, it was Urumzaya who led the way. Helped, of course, by Bulbul Murat. There she went. Of her last 18 points, 15 were three-pointers, and she was helped by Urumzaya, who went 3-3-3 to finish her scoring. This is when it was getting close. It got to 66 all, but then 10 unanswered points by Mongolia. They were able to just score, not almost at will, but score when it mattered. And the high fives are there. Match of the tournament. Almost we had
AIS Play ความบันเทิงระดับโลกทุกที่ทุกเวลาส่งต่อความมั่นใจสู้ไปด้วยกันนะครับ